Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the first week of the October month. The session will be quite interesting and important, students, so stay tuned with us till the end. Also students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 a.m. in the morning on regular basis. So do watch these videos. In these we provide the content in a very refined and way where all the concepts are explained in a proper way, right? That helps you to understand what is happening all around the world. In these weekly videos, in the topic wise videos, we cover MCQs. These MCQs will be quite beneficial as they will be to the point MCQs and they are designed in such a way that will redefine or it will help you to understand what type of MCQs can be asked in your competitive exams, right? So multiple questions in the history, also in the past history we have seen that multiple questions that we are doing on daily basis here in these topic wise, in these weekly videos, in these monthly videos are generally asked in your competitive exam. So do follow these videos, do take note of these videos as they are very beneficial. Let's start. The first is mark the correct statement regarding the World Food India 2025 inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 25th of September. If we look at the option, all these three options A, B, C are rightly mentioned here. Next, identify the correct statement regarding Om Pema Chodhan's Foreign Secretary's visit of Royal Government of Bhutan. This was a 2-day visit to India. If we look at the option here also, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Just go through them once. Next is during the celebration of the 100th year of RSS, that is your Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, that is a commemorative postage stamp and a coin was launched. This coin was of 100 rupees, right, and it has an image of Bharat Mata on the Indian currency for the first time that was released, correct, and it was a 100 rupees coin. It was to celebrate the 100th anniversary of RSS, Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. And here take a note of this. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the celebration as the chief guest, and the event where this was held, the location of the event is your Dr. Ambedkar International Center, that is in New Delhi. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the approvals of Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on pulses and rabi crops in September. Here, if we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, Airbus along with which company? So Airbus along with Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they have announced the establishment of India's first private sector final assembly line in Vimagal, Karnataka to manufacture the Airbus H-12 helicopter. Apart from this, remember Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they are also setting up a manufacturing fabrication unit plant in Dholera. This is related to semiconductor and Dholera is located where? It is in Gujarat. Next, My Bharat mobile application launched by Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya in October has been designed and developed by which organization? So, My Bharat mobile application has been designed and developed by Digital India Corporation, DIC. This newly launched mobile application is a part of My Bharat platform, that is an online youth leadership and social engagement initiative of the Department of Youth Affairs, right? And it has been developed by DIC in collaboration with MEI. So if ministry asked, it is MEITY. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Union Cabinet approval chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If we look at the option A and B are rightly mentioned. C is wrong here. C is saying that the Cabinet has approved a 5% hike in DA for central employees and dearness relief for the pensioners. So this is not a 5% hike, students. It is a 3% hike that we have seen recently. Next, Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has announced that Navi Mumbai International Airport will be renamed after, or it will be named after Lok Neta D.B. Patil, right? And the new name of this airport will be D.B. Patil Navi Mumbai International Airport. Take a note of it. Next is name the district that was declared as India's first child marriage free district after achieving zero reported child marriages cases across all the 436 gram panchayats and 9 urban local bodies. So this is Balod district. Balod district is in Chhattisgarh and it has been declared as child marriage free district. Important students, very important here, right? So it is a child marriage free district of Chhattisgarh. Next is mark the correct statement regarding youth focused initiatives launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in October in New Delhi. So if we look at the option, we have to find the correct statement here. So option B is right, A is wrong and C is wrong. A is saying that PM Modi launched PM Setu, right, with an investment of 50,000 crore rupees. So PM Setu here was launched, right, and it was launched with an investment of not 50,000 but 60,000 crore rupees. Right, PM Setu. Now option A is right. C is saying Bihar's revamped Mukhyamantri Nishchay Swam Sahayata Bhatta Yojana offered around 5 lakh graduates youths a monthly allowance of 2,000 rupees for more than 2 years. Right, so it is not 2,000 rupees but 1,000 monthly allowance will be given for 2 years under the scheme. Now option C is also rightly mentioned. Next is under the Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement between India and the European Free Trade Association that came into force on 1st of October, how many foreign direct investment has EFTA pledged to attract in India over the next 15 years? So under this Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement, that is TEPA between India and European Free Trade Association that came into force on 1st of October, it is $100 billion, right, that has been pledged to be invested in India over the next 15 years. Next, where was India's first cooperative multi-feed compressed biogas plant and potash granule production facility inaugurated by Amit Shah, our Home Minister? It was at Ahilyanagar in Maharashtra. It was at Ahilyanagar in Maharashtra and it has a capacity to produce about 12 tons of compressed biogas and 75 tons of potash granules per day. Next, what is the total budget approved by the high level committee chaired by Amit Shah on October for mitigation, recovery and reconstruction projects across 9 states? What is the total budget approved here? It is 4,645 crore rupees. Next is which country along with India commenced the bilateral maritime exercise that is Konkan 2025 of its western coast from 5th to 12th of October? It is United Kingdom, that is UK, right? And this 2025 edition, it marks the first time India and UK have deployed their full carrier strike groups for a joint maritime exercise, and from India it is INS Vikrant that took part in this exercise. Correct? Take a note of this, students, and this was held in 2 phases, that is your harbor phase and sea phase. Next, BRO, that is your Border Road Organization, has built the world's highest motorable road at Megla Pass at an altitude of 19,400 feet in Ladakh under the project Himang in October 2025. Right, so take a note of this height built by BRO, and this has also been a Guinness World Record. Next, the 71st Wildlife Week observed from 2nd to 8th of October across India. Which of the following projects was not launched during the Wildlife Week 2025 celebration presided over by the Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav in Dehradun, Uttarakhand? So among the following, if we see, Project Snow Leopard was not launched here, right? So this is our answer. Project Dolphin was launched, the phase 2 of it. Project Sloth Bear, Project Ghadial was launched. Then Tigers Outside, that is Project Tiger Outside Tiger Reserve was launched. Correct? Next is which city has been declared as India's safest city for the 4th time consecutively as per the Crime in India 2023 report released by National Crime Records Bureau under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So it is Kolkata, West Bengal, that has been declared as the safest city for the 4th time. If we talk about the unsafe city in India, which is it? It is Kochi. Kochi is in Kerala. Next is state duration of implementation for the 1500 crore rupees critical mineral Recycling Incentive Scheme, whose detailed guidelines were issued by the Ministry of Mines. So state the duration here. It is for FY 26 to FY 31. Next, which ministry launched the People's Plan Campaign 25-26, that is Sabki Yojana Sabka Vikas Abhiyan, in October to prepare Panchayat development plans for FY 27. So which ministry has launched this People's Plan campaign? It is Ministry of Panchayati Raj. The campaign here aims to promote participatory, transparent and accountable local governance by engaging communities through Gram Sabha meetings. Next is choose the institution where Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has recently approved the establishment of the Namo Semiconductor Laboratory in October to boost indigenous semiconductor facilities. So choose the institution. It is IIT Bhubaneswar of Odisha. Next, where was the 42nd session of the International Civil Aviation Organization Assembly held from September to October? It is Montreal, Canada. Right? Take a note of this. And this was this ICO Council. During the 42nd ICO Assembly, 36-member council elected for a 3-year term. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the RBI directions issued in September. If we look at the options here, option A is right and C is right, B is wrong. B is saying that these directions shall come into force from 1st of January 2026. No, they will be coming into force from 1st of October 2025 onwards. Next is in September, Axis Bank in partnership with Dash launched India's first gold-backed credit line on UPI, aiming to simplify working capital access, business growth financing and urgent liquidity needs. So Axis Bank in partnership with Freecharge, right, they have launched India's first gold-backed credit line on UPI. Moving on, RBI, they have announced a new scheme unveiled from which date to which date? It was from 1st of October till 30th of September for facilitating the accelerated payout to ensure faster settlement of inoperative accounts and unclaimed deposits that are lying within the bank account, so that people can get their money back, or the people who are their relatives should get their money back. Correct? Next, in September, SEBI, they have extended the deadline for the complete rollout of Dash to April 1st. So SEBI, they have extended the deadline for the complete rollout of retail algorithm trading to 1st of April 2026. Now, as AI is in the picture, now the retail investors will also be allowed to use algorithms for trading into the retail market or for trading on the equities. Correct? And the platform is jointly managed by two quality registrar and transfer agents. They are CAMS, the famous one, that is Computer Age Management Service Limited, and the second one is KFIN Technologies. Right? Next is in September, RBI has imposed a penalty of 31.8 lakh rupees on which bank for non-compliance with the direction on priority sector lending targets and classification. So RBI has imposed a penalty of this 31.8 lakh rupees on Indian Overseas Bank. Next, how much loan amount was approved for the development of Indore Metro Rail project in Madhya Pradesh by Asian Development Bank? So what was the amount here? It was $190 million. Next, identify the organization that was granted self-regulatory organization status by RBI in October for the asset and loan financing of NBFC. So identify that organization. It is FIDC, that is your Finance Industry Development Council. Next is select the organization that collaborated with SEBI to develop the validated UPI handles and SEBI check initiatives launched in October 25 to strengthen the investor payment security. It is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, right? And they have launched a handle also at the rate of valid. Next, identify the bank that in partnership with Ubuntu Systems Private Limited launched India's first youth-focused digital banking application, that is Cosmos Galgal app, in October 2025. So identify the bank that in partnership with Ubuntu Systems Private Limited have launched this. It is Cosmos Co Private Bank Limited. Right? Next, name the product launched jointly by the PhonePe and Utkarsh Small Finance Bank in October through the PhonePe application, which offers a fixed deposit backed credit card facility starting from 2000 rupees. It is Wish credit card, right? This is the product jointly launched by PhonePe and Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. Next is what is India's GDP in both FY26 and FY27 as forecasted by Asian Development Bank in their report. ADB growth slows as a new global trade environment takes shape September 2025. This was released in September 2025. So what is India's GDP here? It is 6.5 that is being projected. Next, find out the individual who is not among the top 5 richest Indians as per the M3M Huron India Rich List released in September. If we see here, Shah Rukh Khan is not among the top 5 richest Indians here. Remember, this is the 14th edition of the M3M Huron India Rich List, and it is Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of Reliance Industries Limited, that has secured the top position with 9.55 lakh crore of total net worth, and Gautam Adani and family secured the second position here. Next, identify the person who were announced as the winners of the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in October. If we look at the options here, Simon Sagaguchi, Mary E. Birknow and Fred Ramsdell. These are the 3 individuals, these scientists were awarded with the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Correct? Next is choose the ministry that implements the National Service Scheme under which My Bharat NSS Award 22-23 were presented by the President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am in October. So choose the ministry that implements this National Service Scheme. It is Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, and a total of 50 recipients here were awarded. Next, who among the following jointly received the 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics for their discovery of macroscopic quantum mechanical tunneling and energy quantization in electric circuit? So if we'll see here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. The laureates here demonstrated that the quantum mechanics governs the macroscopic systems with Josephson junctions underpinning the quantum computers, flash memory and ultra-precise quantum sensors. Next, identify the new Managing Director and CEO of Union Bank of India and Central Bank of India respectively appointed by ACC. If we look at here, so Ashish Pandey has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Union Bank of India and Kalyan Kumar as the MD and CEO of Central Bank of India. Next, who was appointed as the brand ambassador of Viksit Bharat Buildathon, a nationwide innovation initiative which aimed to engage the students from class 6 to 12th by the Ministry of Education. So, Subhanshu Shukla, right? He was recently appointed as the brand ambassador, and Subhanshu Shukla became the first Indian to reach the International Space Station. Correct? Through which mission? It is Axiom 4 mission, right? It was a mission of NASA where astronauts went to International Space Station, and it was Falcon 9 rocket that took them to space. Next, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the 15th edition of the World Para Archery Championship held in South Korea. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the name of the countries going to co-host the inaugural Women's T20 World Cup Cricket for the Blind in November. So if we look at the options here, so it is India and Sri Lanka, right? Not third option, option 5th is right. India and Sri Lanka are going to co-host the inaugural Women's T20 World Cup for cricket for the blind people. Correct? Take a note of this, and this will be for the blind women. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 12th edition of the World Para Athletics Championship hosted by India in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, right, from 27th of September to 5th of October. So if we look at the option, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned, and Brazil has topped the medal tally with a total of 44 medals, whereas India finished in 10th position with 22 medals. Next is who won the 24th edition of F1 Singaporean Grand Prix on 5th of October at the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore. So George Russell has secured the top position and he has won this F1 Singapore Grand Prix. George Russell drives for Mercedes and he is from which country? He is from UK. Then on second position was of Max Verstappen and Lando Norris was on the third position. Next is Padma Vibhushan awardee Pandit Channulal Mishra, who passed away in October, was conferred with Padma Bhushan in 2010 and Padma Vibhushan in 2020 for his contribution in the field of art. Correct? Take a note of this, students. Next, The United Nations International Day of Older Persons, observed annually on 1st of October to honor the rights and well-being of older people, was first observed in which year? It was first observed in 1991. Take a note of this. Next, the National Wildlife Week is observed every year in India from 2nd to 8th of October to promote awareness about the protection of wildlife and biodiversity. What was the theme of the 71st National Wildlife Week celebrated in 2025? So, it is Seva Parv, right? So, it is Seva Parv. Next, World Space Week. It is annual United Nations observance held globally to celebrate achievements in space sciences and technology. During which dates was the World Space Week celebrated under the theme Living in Space? It was from 4th to 10th of October we observe World Space Week, right? And living in space is the theme here. Living in space is the theme here. Next, identify the regulatory organization with which the PFRDA has signed a memorandum of understanding during the celebration of NPS Divas on 1st of October to enhance pension outreach in agriculture and rural sector. So identify that regulatory organization. It is NABARD, right? So NABARD and PFRDA, they signed this MOU during the NPS Divas that was on 1st of October. So this question can be asked that NPS Divas is observed when? It is on 1st of October. Next, when was the World Habitat Day observed globally by United Nations to highlight the state of human settlement and emphasize the right to adequate shelter for all? So when was World Habitat Day observed? It is 6th of October we observe World Habitat Day. First time this was observed in 1986. Next is who won the men's 100-meter title at the National Open Athletics Championship held at the Birsa Munda Stadium in Ranchi, clocking India's second fastest time of 10.19 seconds. So who won the men's 100-meter title here? It was won by Manikanta Hoblidar, right? Has clocked 10.19 seconds, India's second fastest time to win the men's 100-meter title. Next is students, where is India's first Dugong Conservation Reserve located, which was formally recognized by IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature, during the World Conservation Congress 2025 held in September 25. So it is located at Park Bay in Tamil Nadu. Next, choose the correct theme of the International Coffee Day celebrated globally on 1st of October to highlight the fair trade, sustainability and the importance of coffee growers. So, choose the correct theme here. The theme being embracing collaboration more than ever is the theme here. Next, where did India's only mud volcano erupt after a gap of 20 years in October? So, where did it erupt? It was erupted at the Baratang Island of Andaman and Nicobar Island, and it erupted after 20 years. Next, who was appointed by UN Secretary General in October as the Special Representative for Children and Armed Conflict? So, Vanessa Fraser was appointed by UN Secretary General in October as the Special Secretary for Children and Armed Conflict. Next, who became the first person in the world to achieve a net worth of $500 billion as of October 25 according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index? So, Elon Musk, right, he became the first individual to reach this staggering net worth of $500 billion. Next, in which Indian state the traditional festival Mera Hau Chongbu celebrated as a symbol of unity between hill and valley communities observed in October? So, this was observed where? In Manipur. Next, until which month and year has the Government of India in October 25 extended the validity of road tax scheme, that is remission of duties and taxes on exported products scheme? So it has been expired till March 2026. Next, which organization collaborated with Atal Innovation Mission in October to scale up Atal Tinkering Labs across India? So which organization collaborated with this Atal Innovation Mission? It is Indo-French Chamber of Commerce and Industry, that is IFCCI. Next, in October, Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh led the Indian delegation to the 11th G20 Parliamentary Speakers Summit P20, which was held in which country? So it was held where? It was held in South Africa. Correct? So these are your important current affairs, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be quite beneficial for you all for the learning purpose. Mark the correct statement regarding the 4-pillar strategy approved by the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to revitalize India's shipbuilding and maritime ecosystem. If we look at here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, okay, we have seen 3 pillars here. If I ask what is the 4th pillar here, pillar 4, it is skilling and technical capability, legal, taxation and policy reform. Right, this is the 4th pillar here. Next, identify the company with which Ministry of Defence has signed a 62,370 crore rupees deal in September for procuring 97 Tejas Mark 1A fighter jets for the Indian Air Force. It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Next, mention the agency that signed an MOU with Department of Telecommunication to strengthen the information sharing for tackling cyber crimes and financial frauds in India. It is FIU India, that is Financial Intelligence Unit of India. Next, how much amount was directly transferred to each beneficiary women under Bihar's Mukhyamantri Mahila Rozgar Yojana launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 26th of September? If we look at here, it is 10,000 rupees and it will be transferred to almost 75 lakh women in Bihar. And here further, this is for their growing their entrepreneur or to starting their entrepreneurship journey. If they are doing well, then further add 1 lakh rupees will be further 2 lakh rupees will be transferred if their venture is going good and if they want more funding. Next, what was India's first Maritime Simulation Center inaugurated by Union Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways Sarbandana Sonowal at a development cost of 13.5 crore rupees. So what was India's first Maritime Simulation Center? What was it? Where it is? It is Academy of Maritime Education and Training in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Rajasthan on September 25th for the development projects worth 1.22 lakh crore rupees. If we look at the option, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, India's first AI-powered Pilgrim Integrated Command Control Center was inaugurated where it was inaugurated at the Tirumala Temple, Andhra Pradesh, and now you can see AI is being used for crowd control, for promoting safety, for promoting queue efficiency, cyber threat and many more, right? So this AI powered Pilgrim Integrated Command Center is at Tirumala Temple, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Next, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation released the 4th edition of Children in India 2025. This was during the 29th conference of Central and State Statistical Organization in Chandigarh, right? This is also the question, students, that which edition of the COC-SSO was held in Chandigarh. It was 29th edition, or vis-a-vis the 29th edition was held where? In Chandigarh. So you have to find out the correct statements here given. If we look at the options here, only C option is rightly mentioned, A is wrong and B is wrong. If we talk about India's infant mortality rate, it has decreased from 44 per 1000 live births to 35 in 2023. Not 35, it is 25 here. Now option A is right. If we look at B, India's under 5 mortality rate was estimated at 20 in 2023 compared to 30 in 2022, right? So it was 29 in 2023 compared to 30 in 2022. Now option B is also right. It is not 20 and C option is already right. Next, which organization released the 8th edition of the Environmental Accounts Report titling Environment Accounting on Forest 2025? This was during the 29th CCSO held in Chandigarh. So which organization released it? It was released by, we just saw, it is your Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding India's environmental recognition during the 37th session of UNESCO's International Coordinating Council for the Man and Biosphere Program held in Paris, France. So pick out the correct statement here. If we look at the option here, option A is right and option B is right, C is wrongly mentioned. C is saying that during the session, 30 new biosphere reserves were designated globally across 21 countries, the highest number in 20 years. So during the session, how many new biospheres were added? So during this, 26 new biospheres were designated globally across 21 countries, right? That is highest in 20 years. Take a note of this. Next is okay, one more thing here, students. From India, it is India's cooled desert biosphere reserve, that is in Himachal Pradesh, that was included to the UNESCO's World Network of Biosphere Reserve. This is important, right? And this is in Himachal Pradesh. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the projects inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Jasorguda in Odisha. So, mark the correct statement. If we look at the option here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, which of the following companies, institutions are technology partners for BSNL's Swadeshi 4G network launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in September? If we look at the option here, it is all of them are right. Tejas Network, Center for Development of Telematics, and Tata Consultancy Services. Next is, in September, the Maintenance Command of the Indian Air Force signed a memorandum of understanding with which institute for collaborative development projects that are aimed at supporting the sustenance and operational requirements of Indian Air Force. If we look at the option, it is IIT Ropar, right? So, Maintenance Command of the Indian Air Force, they have signed this MOU with IIT Ropar for the collaborative projects that are aimed at supporting the sustenance and operational requirements of the Indian Air Force. Next, which Indian company or which India's defense manufacturing unit was jointly inaugurated by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and Morocco's Defense Minister Abdelif Ludi in Morocco during September 2025, making this India's first ever defense manufacturing plant in Africa, and it is one of the largest plant there, that is Tata Advanced Systems Limited. Also remember, Tata Advanced Systems Limited, they are launching a plant in Dholera, that is a semiconductor fabrication unit plant. Correct, students? So right option is Tata Advanced Systems Limited, TASL. Next is, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the 69th General Conference of the International Atomic Energy Agency held from 15th to 19th of September. If we look at the options here, it is Norway that became the new member state of the IAEA following the approval of the 69th General Conference, bringing the total number of states to 181. Right? Is it so? Is it Norway that we are talking about? So here remember, Maldives became the new member state, not Norway. Maldives became the new member state of International Atomic Energy Agency, and this was the 69th General Conference. Next, identify the company of which RBI has cancelled the certificate of registration due to irregularities in the lending processes. So it is Datta Finance and Trading Private Limited. Because of their irregularities in the lending process, their certification of registration has been cancelled. Next, name the bank that launched industry's first e-rupee person-to-person, that is P2P digital gifting feature on UPI. With this, from 1 to 10,000 rupees, any amount of gift card you can purchase in any number, only it should not exceed 10,000 rupees, right? So it can be any number of cards that you can, these gift cards you can purchase through this e-rupee P2P digital gifting feature, right? Question asked is, which bank has launched this feature? It is Bank of Baroda. They have launched this feature. Next, name the international framework to which RBI renewed their statement of commitment in September to uphold global best practices in foreign exchange market. It is FX Global Code. This code was developed under strategic partnership between the central banks and market participants worldwide and was first published in 2017. Next is, mark the revised minimum net worth requirements that SEBI set for custodians in September 25 to strengthen the risk management system. It is 75 crore rupees. It was earlier 50 crore rupees, that was enhanced to 75 crore rupees, that will strengthen the risk management systems. Next, choose the category of traders that RBI permitted in September to participate in rupee non-deliverables derivative contracts in the offshore NDF market. So choose the category of the traders. It is standalone primary dealers, right? And these changes are effective immediately following the RBI's move. Next, RBI, they have released RBI authentication mechanism for digital payment transactions directions for 2025, according to which the directions will apply to all the payment system providers and participants, that are banks and non-banks, for domestic digital payment transaction, and will this these directions, they will be coming into effect from when? They will be coming into effect from 1st of April 2026. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the revised norms for claim settlement of the deceased customers' bank accounts and lockers by RBI in September 2025. If we look at the options, we have to find the correct statement. So option B is right, C is right, A is wrong. A is saying that all the deposit, it is mandatory for the banks to settle the claims within a time period not exceeding 30 days from the date of receipt. It is not 30 days, but 15 days, right? That means for deposit accounts, it is mandatory for the banks to settle the claims within a time period not exceeding 15 days from the date of the receipt. Next, mention the organization which predicted India's GDP forecast by 40 basis point to 6.7%. Earlier they were projecting 6.3% and now they are projecting 6.7% for FY26 in their interim report. So which is that organization? It is OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Next, which company has signed a memorandum of understanding with HD Korea Shipbuilding and Offshore Engineering for long-term strategic collaboration in the shipbuilding sector? It is Cochin Shipyard Limited. Next, identify the company with which L&T, that is Larsen and Toubro, has formed a strategic partnership to support the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, that is the 5th generation stealth fighter jet initiative for the Indian Air Force. It is Bharat Electronics Limited, that is BEL. Then mention the aerospace startup that launched India's first large format 3D printing facility for rocket systems at IIT Madras Research Park in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, which is that it is Agnikul Cosmos, right? They have launched this 3D or India's first large format 3D printing facility for rocket systems. Moving on. Next is pick out the correct statement regarding the awards at the 69th edition of the Ballon d'Or award ceremony that took place in Paris, France. If we look at the options, all the options here are rightly mentioned. Important, that is Barcelona and Spain midfielder Aitana Bonmati made history by winning the Women's Ballon d'Or for the 3rd consecutive year. And in the men's category, PSG forward player Ousmane Dembele has won the Men's Ballon d'Or award and becoming the 6th Frenchman to win this award. Next, choose the celebrity who is not among the top 5 most valued Indian celebrities in the Kroll Celebrity Brand Valuation Report released in September. So among the following, Akshay Kumar is not on the list. Virat Kohli, then Ranveer Singh, Shah Rukh Khan, Alia Bhatt and Sachin Tendulkar. Next, for how long has the tenure of General Anil Chauhan as Chief of Defence Staff and Secretary of the Department of Military Affairs has been extended by the ACC? So his term has been extended by 1 year till 30th of June 2026. Next, in September, the President of India has announced the reappointment of whom as the Attorney General of India. His term has been extended for the 2 years, starting from 1st of October 2025 till 30th of September 2027. So he is R. Venkata Ramaniji, who is the current Attorney General of India. Next, who was appointed as the Deputy Governor of RBI by ACC for a 3-year term starting from 9th of October 2025. So, Shri Chandra Murmu, right? His term has been extended by 3 years. Oh, sorry, he has been appointed and his term has been for 3 years. Next, DRDO and Strategic Forces Command conducted a successful test launch of which missile from a rail-based mobile launcher at Abdul Kalam Island, Odisha. So this is a first of its kind initiative where the missile was launched through a rocket launcher that was on a rail system, right? And with this, we have now the capacity that we can launch these missiles right from anywhere where the railway lines are provided. Correct. So this, what is the name of that missile that was tested here? It was Agni Prime missile. Next is NASA. They have collaborated with National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that is NOAA, and they have launched 3 missions such as Interstellar Mapping and Accelerator Program, that is IMAP first. Then second is SWFOL1, that is Space Weather Follow on Lagrange 1 point, and third is your Carithus Geochrona Observatory to study the space weather and their effect on the Earth and space-based technologies. So these are the 3 missions that we are talking about. That is NASA, they have partnered with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Next is, where did Indian Air Force officially retire their iconic Myokan Guvrich, that is MiG-21 fighter jet, in a grand decommissioning ceremony? It was in Chandigarh, and these MiG-21 fighter jets, they will be replaced by whom? This is your homework. Let me know in the comment section that these MiG-21 fighter jets, they will be replaced by which fighter jets? Next, Sudhar System Facility, that is indigenously designed and developed by CSIR's arm, Advanced Materials Processes Research Institute of Bhopal, was inaugurated at IMD Delhi. What does R stands for in Sudhar? R here stands for ranging. Next, the 8th level of the Lever Cup was won by Team World by Team Europe. That means Team World has won it by defeating Team Europe in the final. Where was this 8th edition of Lever Cup held? The 8th edition was held in San Francisco, USA. Next, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the Asia Cup held in Dubai International Stadium in UAE. If we look at the options here, we have to find the incorrect statement. B is right, C is right, A is wrong. So our answer is A. A is saying that the Bangladesh has clinched the Asia Cup 2025. No, it is our India. We have won the Asia Cup, right? We defeated Pakistan in the finals here. And this was the 9th time, right? We have won it. Next, what is the name of the new feature launched by the Employer Provident Fund organization on its member portal in September, allowing subscribers to view a simplified version of their EPF passbook? So what is the new name of this feature? It is Passbook Lite. Next is, who inaugurated the 10th All Indian Conference of Central Administrative Tribunal in September? So B.R. Gavaiji. Next, identify that organization that has won the 2025 Scotch Award for their digital ticketing system in September 2025. So it is Andhra Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation. Next, identify that World Health Organization initiative that inducted Singapore's Healthier Eat at the Rate of SG initiative, promoting healthy aging through better housing, transport, healthcare, social participation and community inclusion. So it is your global network for age-friendly cities and communities. Next is, mention the company that partnered with NVIDIA in September to deploy at least 10 gigawatts of AI infrastructure for the next generation AI models. It is OpenAI. CEO of OpenAI is Sam Altman. Next, who led the Indian Olympic Association during the India's formal submission of its 2030 Commonwealth Games hosting proposal in London? So PT Usha led the Indian Olympic Association here. Take a note of this. Next, the International Cricket Council suspended the membership of whom? It suspended the membership of USA due to repeated governance failures and to establish a functional governance structure. So ICC suspended the membership of the United States of America Cricket. Next is, which country hosted the Asian Cadet Cup, India's first ever international fencing tournament, in September? So it is Uttarakhand that hosted the Asian Cadet Cup. Next, name the port authority that flagged off India's first fleet of electric heavy trucks with swappable batteries in September 2025. It is Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority. Next is, mention the amount of anchor equity investment announced by the International Finance Corporation IFC, that is a world arm of World Bank Group, in H Dream Fund on 7th of August to promote green and affordable housing in India. So the amount here was $150 million. Next, which public sector bank in India has signed a memorandum of understanding with FSI to launch a customized web-based payment platform named FSI Payment Solution? It is Bank of Baroda. Next, mention the company that launched India's first passive flexicap fund in August, developed in partnership with National Stock Exchange, which combines quality stocks and dynamic market cap allocation based on the momentum. So, which is that? Mention that company. It is DSP Mutual Fund. Next, in August, RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of what amount on ICICI Bank Limited for breaching the regulatory guidelines. So, the penalty that was imposed was of 75 lakh rupees. Next, name the single window gateway proposed by SEBI in August to ease regulatory process for foreign portfolio investors. So, which is it? It is Swagat FI. FI is your foreign investors, right? And Swagat is SEBI single window automatic and generalized access for trusted foreign investors. Next, identify the first miscellaneous NBFC in India to surpass a business turnover of 1 lakh crore rupees in August 2025.
It is your Kerala State Financial Enterprise. Next, in August, NABARD Dash and Aqua Exchange Agritech Private Limited has signed a memorandum of understanding aiming to integrate shrimp farmers into the formal credit system by offering low interest, collateral free crop loans, reducing the reliance on the formal lending. So, NABARD along with Kerala State Finance, along with Kerala is it not Kerala, along with Andhra Pradesh Grameen Bank, right? I correct, along with Andhra Pradesh Grameen Bank and Aqua Exchange Agritech Private Limited, they have signed this MOU to integrate shrimp farmers into the formal credit system. And here loan disbursement of up to 25 crore rupees in collateral free loans will be disbursed to 100 shrimp farmers within 3 to 6 months with an initial sanction of 1.25 crore rupees to 5 farmers. Next, which bank entered into a strategic partnership with CamsPay to launch a new digital payment gateway platform targeting Indian enterprises? It is RBL Bank. Next, in August, Paytm Payment Service Limited, they have received in principle approval from RBI to operate what under the Payments and Settlement Act of 2007. It was your what online payment aggregator. Next, RBI, they have allowed NRIs holding special rupee Vostro accounts to invest their surplus rupee balances in what? In government securities and treasury bills. Important news, take a note of this, and this has came into effect immediately. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the introduction of a circular of continuous clearing and settlement realization in CTS by RBI in August 2025. Right, so mark the correct statement. A is right, B is right here. Next, identify the company with which HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited partnered in August to launch an affordable health insurance solution with an aim to expand health insurance coverage to the underserved citizens in India. It is your PhonePe. Next is name the insurance plan launched by SBI Life Insurance Company Limited in August that is designed for growing needs of the customers. It is SBI Life Smart Shield Plus. Then next is National Small Industries Corporation Limited. They have signed a memorandum of understanding with several private sector banks to streamline financing and support the growth of which sector? It is your for which sector? It is for MSME sector, micro, small and medium enterprise. Next is in August, which bank launched a special personal loan scheme for the Agniveers, providing a preferential banking services to the armed force personals on the occasion of the 79th Independence Day. Which is that bank? It is your State Bank of India. Next, mention the country with whose capital markets regulators provided the license to Kotak Mahindra Limited, allowing the bank to sell investment funds and portfolios to onshore retail investors. It is UAE, United Arab Emirates. Next, you have to find the correct statement regarding the report on UPI transactions released by State Bank of India in August. If we look at the options here, option A is right and C is right, B is wrong. Next, in collaboration with which payment cards entity did Bank of Maharashtra, they have launched a co-branded credit card to offer customers a premium and rewarding shopping experience across diverse segments. It is SBI cards. Next, in August, Exim Bank, that is Export and Import Bank of India, has signed a $40 million commercial credit line agreement with the Africa-based ECOWAS Bank for Investment Development to support the development projects across Asia. Next is mention the bank that became the first Indian public sector bank to migrate their corporate website to secure.bank.in in August. So it is your it is your Punjab National Bank that became the first bank to shift to this new domain. Next, mention the bank that launched the UPI services for non-resident external and non-resident ordinary account holders using international mobile number. It is mention that bank. It is AU Small Finance Bank. Next, identify the company that partnered with Thomas Cook India Limited to enable contactless cross-border payments via Google Pay, allowing users to make secure payments at merchant locations worldwide. It is MasterCard. Next, Power Finance Corporation Limited, that is PFC, they have signed a 150 million euro loan agreement with Germany's KfW in August to support India's power distribution under what? It is to support India's power distribution under revamped distribution sector scheme. Next is Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA. They have announced a $40 million investment in the Global Supply Chain Support Fund with an aim to boost small and medium enterprises that are engaged in the global supply chain across Asia and Africa. Next, mention the company that in August collaborated with Google Pay, a mobile payment application developed by Google to offer personal loans to the eligible users. It is your L&T Finance Limited. Next, mention the name of the gold loan product launched by South Indian Bank in August that is designed to offer quick and convenient access to credit for the customers. It is SIB Gold Express. Next, identify the bank which signed a memorandum of understanding with National Small Industries Corporation to enhance credit access for the MSMEs, aiming to enhance access to comprehensive financial and digital solution. Right? So identify that bank. It is your IndusInd Bank. Next, mention the insurance company that received 2 international certifications. These are the certification for Information Society Management System, and this one is for Business Community Management System. And which is that insurance company that received it? It is Universal Sompo General Insurance Company Limited. Next, in August, the Top Brand Union released the 4th edition of the Top 500 Global Brands list during the 19th China Brand Festival held in Shenzhen, China. Which among the following companies is not listed in the top 5 global brands in 2025? If we look at here, among the following, Facebook is not listed here. Microsoft on first, then Nvidia, then Apple, then comes Amazon, and then is your Google, right? And this is the 4th edition of the top 500 global brand list. Next, in August, who was given the additional charge as the Governor of Nagaland with immediate effect by Draupadi Murmu Ma'am, the President of India? So, Ajay Kumar Bhalla here was given additional charge as the Governor of Governor of Nagaland. Next, mention the company that in August appointed Eileen Gu, a freestyle skier, as the global brand ambassador ahead of the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympics in Italy. So mention the company, it is TCL. They have appointed them as their brand ambassador. Then who was appointed as the ex officio member of the Monetary Policy Committee by RBI Central Board of Directors in August, succeeding Rajiv Ranjan. So Indranil Bhattacharya, right, was appointed as the ex officio member of the MPC Monetary Policy Committee, and he will be succeeding Rajiv Ranjan. Next, identify the organization that appointed Vishwas Patel as the chairperson for 25 to 27 term. So PCI, Payment Council of India, was appointed as has appointed Vishwas Patel as their chairperson for the term 2025 to 2027, that is for the 3 years. Next, in August, who was re-elected as the president of the Boxing Federation of India for a 3rd consecutive term against Olympian Jaslal Pradhan in the elections in Gurugram, Haryana. So Ajay Singh here was re-elected as the president of the Boxing Federation of India for the 3rd term. Then we have to find the correct statement regarding the approvals by CCI in August, and we see all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next students, mention the INS or Indian Naval Ship that was commissioned on 14th of August 2025 as the 3rd in the series of the 4 survey vessel large ships by the GRSE, that is your Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. So which is the 3rd in the 4 series of the survey vessel large ship? It is INS Ikshak. Right, this is 802nd ship and the 113th warship to be built by GRSE, and it is the 75th warship handed over to the Indian Navy by GRSE. Next, from where did India successfully test fire indigenously developed intermediate range blasting missile Agni 5 in August? So this Agni missile was tested in Chandipur ITR range of Odisha. Next, name the advanced AI system introduced by NASA in August that will help to understand the forecast space weather. So to better forecast the space weather, it was Surya. This is the AI system introduced by NASA. Next, in the inaugural Khelo India Water Sports Festival in Jammu and Kashmir was scheduled to be held in where? It was scheduled to be held in Dal Lake from 21st to 23rd of August. Right, and here the logo also feature a shikara and a Dal Lake. Correct, and Himalayan kingfisher is the mascot here.
Himalayan kingfisher. Next, the chess grandmaster Vincent Kmar has won the Quant Box Chennai Grandmasters 2025 held in August in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He hails from which country? He hails from Germany. Next, who clinched the top medals at the two prestigious International Table Tennis Federation World Para Table Tennis event held in August in Washington, USA? So, who clinched the top medals here? It was clinched by Bhavina Patel. Right? Next, where was the 18th edition of the International Olympiad on Astronomy and Astrophysics? That is an annual competition in astronomy and astrophysics for secondary school students held in August. So where was it held? It was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, name the 21st governor of Nagaland who passed away on 15th of August at the age of 80. So La Ganeshan is the 21st governor who recently passed away. Then Lord Suraj Paul, a prominent NRI, industrialist, philanthropist and a member of the House of Lords in UK, passed away at the age of 94 in August, in which year he was honoured with the Padma Bhushan in recognition of his significant contribution to social work. He was honoured with the award in 1983. Next, that is Padma Bhushan. Next, every year, when is World Humanitarian Day observed globally to honor humanitarian works, including those killed or injured while helping the most vulnerable? So it is 19th of August we observe this World Humanitarian Day. Next, every year, when is World Mosquito Day observed? So World Mosquito Day observed on 20th of August. Next, which platform can be used to purchase FASTag annual pass introduced by NHAI, that is of 3000 rupees, right, yearly, in which 200 toll passes are allowed, right? It was introduced on 79th Independence Day. So the application name is Rajmarg, not Rajmarg, Rajmarg Yatra application, right? It is Rajmarg Yatra application. Next is name the former Sri Lankan domestic cricketer who was banned for 5 years by International Cricket Council Anti-Corruption Tribunal for breaching the Emirates Cricket Board Anti-Corruption Code during the 2021 Abu Dhabi T10 League. Right? So, name the former Sri Lankan domestic cricketer. Who we are talking about? Salya Sama. Next, name the visionary who designed the national flag of India adopted in its present form during the Constituent Assembly meeting held on 22nd of July 1947. So, Pingali Venkaya, right? He designed the national flag of India. Next, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport located in which Indian city? Easy question, in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, in August, who holds the post of the Chief of Army Staff in the Indian Army succeeding General Manoj Pandey? So, who succeeded him? General Upendra Dwivedi succeeded him. Next, in August, S&P Global Ratings upgraded India's sovereign credit rating after 18 years. What is the new long-term foreign and local currency sovereign rating of India? It is triple B now. Important, earlier it was triple B negative and now we have been upgraded to triple B, which is quite good. Next, on 19th of August, the UK signed an agreement with UP, that is Uttar Pradesh, to provide Chevening scholarship for 5 students every year to pursue higher education in UK on a fully funded basis. Next, identify the PSU that secured a license on 20th of August to survey gold and copper blocks in the Devadurga region of Karnataka, becoming the first PSU to venture into the critical mineral exploration. So, identify the PSU that secured a license on 20th of August. It is Singareni Collieries Companies Limited. Right, and here the exploration activities to be completed within the 5 years and estimated 90 crore rupees including 20 crore subsidy from the central government will be provided here. Next is which organization has launched AI Legislators Forum, AILF, that is India's first dedicated platform to help the members of parliament and MLAs shape policies on AI. So which organization has launched this AI Legislators Forum? It has been launched by Future Shifts Lab. Future Shifts Lab.
Then next is identify the global executive education platform that became India's first edtech company in August to file their draft red hearing prospectus for an IPO at the NSE in Gift City under Gift IFSC regulation. So which is that global executive education platform? It is XED Executive Development Limited, not upgrade, right? Option A is right here.
Pick out the correct statement regarding India's Sample Registration System Bulletin 2023 released by the Office of the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India in September. If we look at the option here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, identify the Indian state that has the largest outstanding credit portfolio for the small businesses at 6 lakh crore rupees as per the joint report Small Business and Spotlight released by SIDBI and Credit Bureau CRIF High Mark in September 2025. So identify that Indian state that has the largest outstanding credit portfolio for the small businesses at 6 lakh crore rupees. So which is that state? It is Maharashtra state. Right? Take a note of it. And UP has registered the highest outstanding portfolio growth of 20.7% on year basis for the portfolios. Next, according to the National Statistics Office monthly bulletin of the periodic labor force survey for August released in September, what was the national unemployment rate for the individuals aged 15 years and above in August? So the unemployment rate here was 5.1%. Next, what is the rank of India in the 18th edition of the Global Innovation Index, that is Innovation at a Crossroads, released by World Intellectual Property Organization, that is WIPO, so released by WIPO. This is the 18th edition of the Global Innovation Index. What is the rank of India in this Global Innovation Index? India stands at 38th position, and it is Switzerland that secured the first position in this Global Innovation Index. Next, by which year can artificial intelligence increase global trade by nearly 40% according to the World Trade Report titled Making Trade and AI Work Together to the Benefit of All. This is released by World Trade Organization in September 2025. So by which year AI can increase the global trade by nearly 40%? So it is by 2040. Next, which of the following is not among the top 5 Indian states with the highest number of millionaire households in 2025 according to the Mercedes-Benz Hurun India Wealth Report and Luxury Consumer Survey 2025 released by Hurun India in September. So which of the following is not among the top 5 Indian states? It is West Bengal, that is not among the top 5 here. If we look at the top 5, it is Maharashtra, then Delhi, then Tamil Nadu, then it is Karnataka and Gujarat on the 5th position. Right? Next, mark the correct statement regarding the report, that is State Finances 22-23, a decadal analysis released by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. If we look at the option here, we have to find the correct statement. So option B is rightly mentioned here. It is saying option A, Andhra Pradesh recorded the highest revenue surplus. No, it is UP that recorded the highest revenue surplus, and it is not Uttar Pradesh that recorded the largest revenue deficit. It is Andhra Pradesh that recorded the largest revenue deficit. Now all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the organization which predicted India's GDP growth forecast by 40 basis point to 6.7% for FY26 in their interim report, and this is the report mentioned here. Which is that organization? It is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Next, in September, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has released the 4th edition of the Children in India 2025. It was during the 29th edition of the Conference of Central and State Statistical Organization in Chandigarh. Question is, identify the correct statement among the following. If we see here, option C is rightly mentioned here. If we look at option A and B, A is saying that India's infant mortality rate decreased from 44 deaths per 1000 live births to in 2011 to just 35 in 2023. So it is not 35 but 25 in 2023. Now option A is right. B is saying India's under 5 mortality rate was estimated at 20 in 2023 compared to 30 in 2022. So it is estimated at 29 in 2023 compared to 30 in 2022. Now option B is also right and C was already right. Next, which organization released the 8th edition of the Environmental Accounts Report titled Environment Accounting on Forest 2025 during the 29th Central Conference and State Statistical Organization held in Chandigarh. So which organization released the 8th edition here? It was released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Right? Next, one more thing here, remember, it is Kerala state where we saw the highest increase of forest cover. Right? Highest increase. Next, so students, these were some your index. Now let's move to the defense related questions. First is mention the place where the 14th exercise of exercise Maitri, that is a joint annual military exercise, was held between Indian Army and Royal Thai Army that took place in September 2025. So among the following, it is Umroi, Meghalaya. This is the location where we saw the 14th edition of the exercise Maitri that took place. Next, in August, which system developed by the High Energy Materials Research Laboratory of DRDO for Kalvari class submarines of Indian Navy was held over to Rear Admiral Rupak Barau to strengthen India's underwater warfare capabilities? So, which system developed by the High Energy Material Research Laboratory? What is the name of that system? It is your Naval Flare System. Important, take a note of it. Next is mention the company that secured defense and technology orders worth 644 crore rupees across areas such as data centers, ship fire control systems, tank navigation systems, communication equipments and electronic voting machines. So mention that company. It is Bharat Electronics Limited. Next, mention the name of the joint military exercise held between the armies of India and USA. The exercise was held where? In Alaska in USA. What is the name of that exercise? It is Yudh Abhyas. Exercise is Yudh Abhyas. And one more thing, this is the 21st edition of this exercise Yudh Abhyas. Next, mention that company that built the 11th ammunition cum torpedo cum missile barge, large sized ammunition missile barge launched by the Indian Navy in Thane, Maharashtra. So mention that company. It is Suryadatta Projects Private Limited. Take a note of it. Next is, what is the estimated revenue of the revenue procurements for 25-26 as per the Defence Procurement Manual approved by the Ministry of Defence in September to improve the procurement process and operational readiness of the armed forces? It is 1 lakh crore rupees, right? This is the estimated revenue of the revenue procurements for FY26. Next, where did the Indian Navy commission their new naval-based facility named Indian Naval Ship Aravali in the ceremony held in September? If we look at the options here, it is Gurugram, Haryana, right? This is the location where INS Aravali was commissioned. Next, mention the company that built Androth, that is the second of the 8th anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft received by the Indian Navy in September. Which is that company that developed this Androth? It is Garden Ridge Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. And headquarter of this is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Also, Kolkata is termed as the safest city in India. And which is the most unsafe city of India? It is Kochi. Kochi is in Kerala.